NBA is NBA. I actually have a question for Josh about NBA. So, Josh, I'm assuming you know something about like the little drama with NBA. Like, how do you think if you were his lawyer, what would you be telling him right now? Because like he was making threats. He was, he was talking real reckless.
Did you see those threats, Josh?
Some of them. My advice to this fine gentleman would be shut up. Don't talk to anyone. Don't let anyone see you anywhere. Until I talk on your behalf, shut the hell up, and that's it.
Okay, I got a follow-up question for that. Now, I went on the kill stream with Mad Black. We talked it out.
When?
Right after.
I thought he deleted himself from everything.
This is the kill stream.
Oh.
This is Ethan Ralph's show. He invited Mad Black on. I made myself available. Mm-hmm. And so I went on, and Mad Black and I had a discussion. Sorry. You and I know this. There's a time when you have to remind someone of their place and what they've done. Right?
Absolutely.
So I had to do that a little bit to Mad Black, which I didn't want to do because I liked the guy. And
I thought it was a great stream.
The worst part about it, and I told him this, I said, the worst part about all this is I can't have you on the show again. In good conscience, you threatened to murder not only my family, but everyone who lives around me, you weirdo. Like, I can't bring you on after that.
That's just what Crips do.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like, let's be honest here. No, they don't.
Yeah, well, obviously.
As we learned earlier, what Crips do is tax fraud to the tune of $3 million a year.
Right.
But deliver great recruitment videos.
That's what everybody doesn't, like the pop media and all this stuff. They don't represent modern. They represent gangs as if it's still 1983.
Yep.
Right? When they're still vying for territory, for relevance, and they're doing all this stuff. And they don't have basically the same arrangement that your cable provider has. Crips run this part of town. You get your drugs here from Crips. If you want to go to that part of town, you're dealing with Bloods. So don't wear blue and just go up and buy your crack there, and that's fine. Because they actually realized at some point, pretty much in the 90s, or if we're being charitable, 2007, and that's when you notice the murder rate in the country went like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
2007, these guys realized that for every one of them, of the other guys that gets killed, one of their guys gets killed. And it's much easier to have just an understanding about business arrangements. And so we run this part of town, you run this part of town. If you don't come into our part of town, we're not shooting anybody. Mm-hmm. We don't care. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And we're not going to come into your part of town because we don't want our guy to get shot.
Yep.
This is how... the thing that annoyed me, Mad Black is selling modern gangs really short on their sophistication level. Mm-hmm. But they're not idiots. Not at all. And they're not hyper violent because they don't really want their guy with 30 warrants out there getting tagged because they might need him tomorrow.
Yep.
So, the reality is nobody's shooting anybody. And if you say, I'm going to get my Crip friends to come murder all y'all, you're going to call them and they're going to say, what are you talking about? Like, where's our business proposition in there?
Yeah. So some random white family way out in Minnesota. Because that makes sense. Hey, what kind of heat you think they get for that? Yeah, entire family murdered. Yeah.
I'm telling you. So Wilmer is the city nearest where I live, the larger city near where I live. And there are no Crips in Wilmer. Well, there are no Bloods.
Boy Josh.
Trust me, there are no Crips in Wilmer. There are no Bloods in Wilmer. You know what's in Wilmer? Latin Kings. There are cartel elements in Wilmer. You drive in a car full of Crips into Wilmer, it will be noticed.
Yep.
And very quickly, and they will not be. They will be viewed with skepticism, we'll say.
I usually prefer like
That's a very polite way of saying get
vans
shot at.
instead of cars.
Right. It would be very weird for them to come to this part of the state. In Minneapolis.
You'd stand out.
Minneapolis, it'd be a different story. But it'd be very weird. And I'm not saying like there's any sort of real gang presence anywhere near where I live, but there would be. That's the stuff that people would recognize really quickly.
Do you know what made me mad about the whole Mad Black thing in general? Just like the basic principle.
Yeah.
When we were on the stream together, guys, he talked about how, like, you say whatever you want about me, man. You don't say nothing about my kids and blah, blah, blah. You start talking about my family. He comes right on and does the exact same thing. Yeah. Like,
That's what I talked to him about. And remember he's like, I'm going to run for the Senate, Tennessee Senate, and my policy is no N-words, right? Like, so that's his plan because he doesn't like hood rats and he doesn't like people staying in this life. He professed to be about getting past the life, right? Mm-hmm. Getting past the crime, getting past that juvenile aspect that he was involved in. And he immediately went right back to it.
Absolutely.
And that was
when put under pressure, people will always revert back to their true self, right? So I don't know if you guys heard this story about these teachers and stuff becoming sugar babies, right? They were always hoes. It's the same thing. Mad Black is, basically was a hood rat, right? So when put under pressure, he'll just revert back to his hood rat ways. Yeah. These teachers who were former thoughts.
No such thing as former.
No.
This news to you?
No such thing as former.
Hey, Keon, look. Former, quote unquote.
Okay, there's only a suppressed thought.
Yeah, that's the thing. Listen, like my man said, he goes, every time you see a thought in a relationship, that's just a break from the carousel, right? She's just taking a break. So the reason why I say this is these women revert back to what they know. Like, so when their money gets tight, right? The money gets funny. They go like this. Oh, how am I gonna get these bills paid? I got this student loan debt. They are gonna be like, oh, I better start a YouTube channel, or I better go, figure out something. They're going like this. Well, they go get on my back. That's how they've gotten bills paid all their life.
Very Shakespearean of you. I've got the duck shirt. You notice it's a duck with a compound bow and a Naruto headband.
Wait, I don't see this. Where is this?
Listen. I just wanted to put this up in case anybody's curious if they're looking to purchase the duck shirt. It's here on the Teespring.
Is that yours?
Yeah. And no, this is not Mr. Steven. This is not related to the question from earlier. Although maybe. Did you watch? So you watched the Mad Black thing?
Okay, let's talk about this clown. Okay,
teach your kids.
Yeah, so I saw the Mad Black intro, right? One of your guests spliced an intro.
Hey,
he's like, I don't mean to say nothing about nobody. I hate Nick. I'm gonna kill his kids. I'm like, come on, man. Like, so Mad Black was in his.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
The former Crip. I'm gonna show you how a Crip do, or whatever that guy was saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to your house. And, So he talks about his hood stripes or whatever, right? First of all, hood stripes mean nothing once you have a family. Because if you got hood stripes, right, and you say I'm a risk it all and my kid's future over an online beef. Come on, man.
A one-way beef.
Oh, yeah,
I don't even have beef with him. I didn't care.
So now, Steve, Keon, here's the problem I have with Mad Black. When we streamed, I liked him. I told Nick, I said, I like the guy. Everything went cool.
Me too.
So when you started telling me that things were being said, I was kind of like, where that came out of left field? By the time I saw the stream last week, my jaw dropped because I'm like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
How did you go from
You watched my show, though. You didn't watch... He did a 4-hour and 45... Those are clips from a 4-hour
Yeah, I saw your stream about him.
Yeah.
That's about the normal time of a big brain panel, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
You're signed up to try and live through the next 3 hours and 45 minutes, Stephen.
But there wasn't a big brain panel. It was just him yelling about Nick. Like, I couldn't yell about Nick for that much.
He, to be fair, I need a cuck alert. I need a cuck rating on this. So Monica Rial's fiance, Ron Toye, right?
4 bullets out of 7. No, 4 bullets out of 4.
Already starting the multiple cogs.
Okay. So that night that Mad Black lost his mind, Ron was supposed to go on Mad Black's show.
I heard about that part. He didn't show. He was a no-show.
He stood him up.
Now, how do you get stood up by a cup?
That's what I'm asking.
Real talk, man. How do you get stood up by a cup?
That's what I'm asking.
Double cuck.
Like, what is that? What is that? Is that...
He got cucked by a cup.
Yeah. And that's not okay. We've established
he was left like holding the snacks.
That's
like,
100%
but Ron, you're supposed to come on my channel. Look, man, I don't like the idea. Like, first of all, this is once again. Now, Nick, you know how hard I am on beta males. You know how hard I am on these guys raised by single moms. They act like females. So he was in his feelings instead of acting like a rational man. We grew up with our fathers in the home. So when we have any kind of problem, even if we get emotional initially, we quell that and then talk it out as men, not online, not on a stream, not popping off, acting crazy. We would call each other like, yo, this is what I heard. And
right.
Usually it's like with most things, especially with men, it's not so much a true legitimate beef. It's usually a misunderstanding. Like most men don't really. That's why if you think about even when you were a kid, boys could get into arguments. You could get into it. You could even fist fight and be back to being friends in the same day, same week.
Yeah.
Whereas girls are bitter forever.
I found that getting into the fight often squash the beef.
It does.
Yes.
It's almost like once you let it out, you realize how ridiculous it was.
Yeah.
Hold on. I just want to quickly interrupt. Drexel, it sounds like you're making excuses for this guy because he didn't have a father. No, I didn't have a father either. That's still it takes work to get over that bitchness, but
it does.
It's still not an excuse to be a bitch. Like I had to work hard at it. This guy has no fucking excuse to be a little fucking bitch.
No.
So that's Big Man Tyrone. You pay him and you send him a script, and he just does whatever. That guy's great. I like him. Especially like him because he was laughing at someone who was making comments about yourself. Well, yeah, but he doesn't know anything about that. Yeah, he just reads it. Yeah. Knowing someone the way that Mad Black kind of treated you, I can see him going after somebody. Literally the messenger. Like he's literally just reading off someone's comments, but. Yeah, that's a bitch made shit. When I think about guys like that, what does that say about you though, Nick? You know what I mean? Like YouTube beefs, like getting real in the streets. I'm saying, like, getting real in the YouTube streets. Are you serious, man? Like.
Sin says, on my way to the U.S. next year, Nick, come fix me in Tennessee. Watch out. I hear there's a lot of Crips in Tennessee.
The last show I saw, you were with Nick, right?
Nick Rekieta, yeah.
Yeah, and this black cat, bad black guy. What's his name? Bad.
I'm not. I
bad
Protestant.
The
name of his guest.
I don't know. But he apparently was threatened to kill Nick and you and everybody on your blocks because he's got all these...
Oh no, the guy on the stream was taking the piss out of him. The guy that was threatening to kill Nick's kids was MBA. MBA. I can't remember what it stands for.
Mad Black Asshole.
Entertainment, but it should be E, but he has an A there, so I don't know what the fuck. Maybe he's not very good at doing this.
Mad Black Entertainment.
Yeah, he wanted to. He basically said, "I want to teach your kids how to duck," meaning I'm going to shoot them.
And then he says, "Well, that's dumber than shit right there." And then he actually backtracks. Yeah. Dude, listen. No, I was just pissed off. You can't say that shit, stupid.
Yeah. He tried to play the I'm a hardcore gangbanger when he's got Naruto statues and shit in the background and Transformer figurines. It's really hard to take you seriously with your death threat when you got a Dreamcast in the frame.
Yeah, and you got your fucking Botox in your fucking lips.
The chat's saying Mad Black Atheist.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. He's got like 3 or 4 different names, so I can never keep track of what the current one is.
Schizophrenic prick. You're all schizophrenic.